racial justice as well. But you know, one of the problems I have following Senator Turner, it is hard to do. I don't know what I have left to say. She said it all. But I'll try. Let me just mention, we began this campaign about 10 months ago. And when we began, we were about 3% in the polls. We had no money, we had no political organization. And outside of Vermont, nobody knew who I was. Other than that, we were in great shape. But we have come a long way in 10 months. As you know, we have now won 9 primaries and we have significantly closed the gap nationally. We're a few points behind. Some polls have actually had us ahead. Last Tuesday, we won in Michigan in a state people said we couldn't win. And if you don't tell anybody, let me mention to you, I think we're going to win in Ohio tomorrow. Now, what we have found in the campaign so far is, not surprisingly, when voter turnout is high, when working people and low-income people and young people begin to stand up and fight back and demand that we have a government that represents all of us, not just wealthy campaign contributors. Then people come out to vote in large numbers to reclaim their democracy, we win. When voter turnout is low, we lose. Let's make sure that tomorrow we have a huge something very radical in American politics. It's telling the American people the truth. And you know, the truth is not always pleasant. But in reality, you cannot go forward. We cannot go forward unless we have the courage to look reality in the eye, not sweep it underneath the rug. And that's what this campaign is about. Here is truth number one. It's unpleasant, it's not nice, but we have to deal with it. Today we have a corrupt campaign finance system that is undermining American democracy. Democracy is not complicated. It means one person, one vote. It means that if you want to vote for me, that's great. You want to vote against me, that's called democracy. That's okay. But what democracy does not mean is billionaires buying elections. That's not. When you have the wealthiest people in this country, billionaires like the Koch brothers and others, spending hundreds of millions of dollars to elect candidates who represent the wealthy and the powerful. That, brothers and sisters, is not democracy. That is oligarchy, and together we can. And democracy is not about cowardly Republican governors trying to suppress the vote. Just the other day, actually right here in Ohio, our campaign won a major victory. A Republican Secretary of State changed the rules so that 17-year-olds could not participate in the primary. We took them to court, we beat them,
You should clear that cash battle. It'll clear up a lot of money.
So our job is to take on this corrupt campaign finance system and revitalize American democracy. I want people all over this country to understand that they are powerful, that when they stand up and fight back, we can accomplish, as Senator Turner just told us, we can accomplish our dreams when we have the courage to fight for those dreams. This campaign is not only about taking on a corrupt campaign finance system, it is about taking on a rigged economy. This is the wealthiest country in the history of the world, but most people do not know that because almost all of the new income and wealth being generated is going to the top 1%. Now, the media doesn't talk about it very often. You don't hear it discussed in Congress very often. But the reality is that today, if you can believe it, the top 1/10 of 1% now owns almost as much wealth as the bottom 90%. The 20 wealthiest people in this country now own more wealth than the bottom half of America, 150 million people. We talk about a rigged economy. Understand that one family in America, the Walton family who owns Walmart, one family owns more wealth than the bottom 40% of the American people. That surely is not right, but it gets even worse because this is what the rigged economy is really about. The wealthiest family in America, owning Walmart, pays their workers wages that are so low that many of these employees are on food stamps, Medicaid, and subsidized housing. And you know who pays for those food stamps, Medicaid, and subsidized housing? You do! So the middle class of this country is subsidizing the wealthiest family in